Hey everyone, welcome to the video. I hope you all are doing great. Well, AI is going to change the world. What do you think about that? Well, I don't know about what you feel, but I'm sure when I tell about this word, you're definitely going to tell that AI is going to change the world. Well, what is that word? Well, nothing but Chat GPT. A software, or you can also call it as a platform that was launched by the company OpenAI. Well, something related to Elon Musk, right? Well, we are not going to touch that point right now. What we are going to talk about is ChatGPT. Well, this platform is right now in a high trend. Like, if you see all the people are talking about ChatGPT, well, what is a ChatGPT?
Everyone has been talking about OpenAI's Chat GPT, and for good reason. Its ability to generate any request in human-like text is remarkable, and for many people, it's their first aha moment for what AI could actually be. And the implication that this technology has for us in the next decade is exciting, but also frightening.
ChatGPT is one of the most trending topics right now. It's been less than a week since its release, and people's minds are being blown with what it can do. It's also breaking records with over 1 million users signed up in just 5 days, faster than Netflix, Twitter.
Technology that is threatening to kill Google, change homework as we know it, and transform our lives in more ways than we can imagine. If you haven't heard of ChatGPT, you've been living under a rock. It's a new software. It can write your essays and emails, do your math worksheets, clear an MBA exam, play your teacher, become your lawyer. The possibilities seem endless.
Here comes ChatGPT. Instead of your computer directing you to information, ChatGPT provides it for you in detailed text.
If you ask it a question, it'll answer it. If you ask it to continue what you're writing, it'll do that.
Since it was made available to the public in November, the chatbot software is catching on at Canadian universities.
My students are using ChatGPT in order to answer their questions about class content. So instead of coming to my office hours, they're just plugging their questions into ChatGPT to see what it says.
ChatGPT, the sensational AI chatbot that's gone viral on the internet. Its human-like conversation skills appalled netizens. In fact, upon its release last November, it was hailed as one of the most impressive technological innovations of the year.
Well, looking into this, I believe that ChatGPT is just a platform. Is it just a platform? I'm not sure about that. But it's a platform which has a built-in AI inside it, which can literally do things which even Google can't do, right? Well, if you see, when you compare Google with ChatGPT, Google is something that collects your data and does not give you the answer straight to you when you need it. Well, it will show you all the ads, what you need to know. It will show you those platforms which you don't even know and all those things. Well, if you see ChatGPT, it will just give you the information right straight away right there, right? Well, not just information. It also helps in you with your programming too. Well, I just tested with ChatGPT and I just typed create an AI and it literally created an AI code which I could just copy and paste it in whichever editor which I wanted to test. Well, that's how powerful ChatGPT is. Now, if people are wondering how this ChatGPT works, all of these things work, it's nothing but deep learning, machine learning, neural network, natural processing language, and many other things that are built in together from the company OpenAI. Well, this is a quite interesting topic, but I thought let's bring up something else, right? Let's do something with the help of ChatGPT. What could be done? And then I thought, why not we create a chatbot? Now, what is a chatbot if you're thinking? The best example I can give you is your Alexa. Alexa is the best example for your chatbot. Now, how does that work? Now, you can ask any random question to your Alexa and Alexa just responds to you. Well, it's not just about asking information. It's also like if you're asking how are you, it's going to respond back to you. Now, that's how chatbot works. Now, if people are following me from before, I have created a playlist on AI or how to create a virtual assistant from before, and people who have done this project along with me, they will be knowing that I also created a video on to integrate or to add chatbot in their AI. So we created an AI where I created my own AI on Veronica, where I created this package or this py file or the Python file you can call it as on Chatterbot or chatbot, where I give all the text that a person can ask an AI and the AI can respond from all those text. So if you want to know more about that, I will drop the link in the description. Make sure to go check it out. Well, this was how we simply created one chatbot. But the problem right here that arises here is not all kind of message from a person is given. Now, for example, let me tell you that I want to tell how are you, and I have my friend who can tell maybe Veronica, what are you doing or what is going on, like this question. Now, the AI or Veronica, that's the AI, does not know what to respond, right? It's completely confused because it does not have any information that is stored in that py file until unless we integrate it. Now, this is what the problem is. And to help to solve this problem, we are going to use ChatGPT. Now, how is this going to work? Well, let's look into it.
How does it all work? Well, just like training any model, you need to provide it data, and that's exactly what happened. ChatGPT was trained on enormous amounts of text data, and from that data, it's able to learn about patterns and languages, which gives it its ability to articulate its own text-based responses. Besides the text data, it's also trained using the transformer algorithm. This algorithm is based on a neural network that mimics the way a human brain thinks and processes data. It works very similar to the way our brain works.
Now, this was exactly how ChatGPT works with the help of machine learning. Now, this is all okay, but the main point is, how are we going to use ChatGPT, or how are we going to integrate this ChatGPT to our AI or chatbot is the question, right? Now, before we touch this point, we need to first understand how machine learning works. So machine learning is kind of a learning to an AI or a system or a program where a data is given. Now, this data is specifically called as training data. Now, the training data is given to the machine, and the machine learns from the data that is given. And it also integrates the data which it responds. So each time it gives a response, the data is stored, and each time the data is stored, it analyzes it and gives a better response each and every single time. Now, this was all about how machine learning is. To know more about how this machine learning is and how this deep learning works, I've already created a series and I've created a playlist on how deep learning and natural processing language works. So I will drop the link in the description. Make sure to go check it out, and you will be able to understand how these things work. Now, keeping this aside, the point here is, what are we going to do for our project? So let me explain it in a simpler manner. So first thing is, we are going to create a program that is our chatbot. And second thing is, what we are going to do is, we are going to create a text file or a file that is called as the chat data. Now, what is going to happen is, each time our chatbot is going to reply to us, the data is going to get stored, or the history of the data is going to get stored in the chat data. Now, what is the help of this chat data? Now, remember, I told you in machine learning, we give something called as the training data. Now, this is exactly what training data is. Now, what happens to this data or the history that we respond to the chatbot or the chatbot gives to us? The data goes to ChatGPT. So, how does this, this history or this data goes to ChatGPT? So, there's something called as API. Now, people who don't know what API is, it's something like a key that is given to a program, or another program or a system gives an API or this key to another software or program where you can use or integrate it. So, something like you're having a lock, and that key is used to open that lock. So this is an example of API, how it works. So we are going to integrate an API of ChatGPT so that the ChatGPT takes our history or the data that we are storing it in the chat data, and it will learn from it, because as I mentioned, it's the training data. So ChatGPT is going to train the data or use this training data and train itself, and give every single time it's going to give a better response. So this is exactly how our project works. So if you're not able to understand what I told right now, you need not worry, because when I start with the programming, I'll be explaining it right there also. So you'll be able to understand it. Right now, you need to just have a blueprint of it and an idea about it. So without wasting your interest right now or drawing out your interest right now, let us get started. So guys, right now I am in this PyCharm file right here. And I would request you guys to download an editor, a Python editor or a programming editor. It could be Visual Studio or PyCharm, any one of them is fine. But I would prefer right now, this is PyCharm, because a few things are easy to do and handle stuff, but few things are a little difficult, which is preferable in Visual Studio. So it's totally up to you how you want, but right now I'm going to use PyCharm. You can use Visual Studio at the same time if you're watching the video and programming too. Now the first thing what I need you to do is create a folder of whatever type you want and import that folder to your Visual Studio if you're using it, and if you're using the PyCharm, you can just create the folder straight right there itself and it will be done right here. Now once you're done with that, you'll have an interface like this if you're using PyCharm. So right now I'm going with PyCharm, so I'll explain how it works right here. So the first thing you need to do is download the specific files what we need, right? Or the specific library that we need to use. Even before that, what we first have to look forward is to have a py file because we are programming in Python, and the other file which I told you, that's a text file where all our data is going to be stored. We are having a third file which is also a text file which is having the API key where we are going to import all the APIs to the editor, and this is just one API of that is ChatGPT. In future we can add more APIs too, but right now we have to have these 3 files that we need to create. So let's first create those and then let's go and install the libraries which are required. So the first thing what I'm going to do is right click right here, and it's going to give me a prompt right here, and I'll click on new. So first let's create the text file, right? Let's first create the text file. So first let's create the chat history or the chat data. So chat data dot txt. Fine. Now I want you to put this as txt because it's a txt file and not a py file. So make sure to check this out before you're saving it. Okay. So we are done with that. We have created the txt file and here it is. So here everything, all our data that we talk to the virtual assistant, like how are you, what are you doing, all of that, and whatever the AI is going to respond to us also is going to get stored. I'll be showing it to you later on. Now once this chat data is done, let's again right click and create a new file, txt file, that is API key. So you're gonna put API key and again .txt. Fine, and click enter. So you have 2 txt files, that is done, and last we need is the py file. That's where we are going to program everything. So we have, again, if you have seen what I did, I just right clicked and I got I'll do it again, it'll be better. So I right click, I'll get many options here. I'm going to use is Python, so I need not put that py, it will automatically put the py for me. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to put it as chatbot because that's what we are going to do, and I'm going to click on enter, and it has straight away done a py file for me, that is the chatbot. Now many people were asking, what am I going to do with the Jarvis series? Am I going to bring up a Jarvis series again, and are you going to continue or not? All of these questions were popping up in the comment section of videos. So here's the good news for them, that I am working on a project on Jarvis itself. If you're watching towards the right side, I'm currently working on it. I won't be revealing it right now, but when time comes, I will definitely do the project on that. And all the people who are waiting for that, it will be coming soon. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe for that. If possible, if you want to, you can just click on the notification, and whenever it comes, you will get to know. Now coming back to the project, what we are going to do, this chatbot, and one more thing, this chatbot is related to the Jarvis project that I'm going to bring up in the future. So keep this, save this file to whichever, secured location you can keep it. I'm a little dramatic right now, but just save it because we are going to use it once we are going to do the Jarvis project. So right now, let's get back to the project that we are going to do now, that is a chatbot. Now we have created the files, so I'll bring this side. And now what we need to do is we are going to install the required packages. So to do that, we have 2 options. Either we can do the terminal, we can just go on the terminal right here down, and we can do that. But we have another option that we can do is go to settings right here, and we can download it from there. So settings and then Python interpreter, it's already giving me the option. Now I've already installed the package, but however, I'm going to show you which packages you're going to install, because if I don't show that, it will be difficult for you to understand which package to install. There's one package called as .env, because I'm sure most of the people are going to go and type it .env and just install it, and it won't get installed because there are a few requirements to install that. And that's the wrong package actually you're installing. So I'll be showing you the right package to install and everything. So first thing what you need is PyTSX3, because we want our chatbot to talk, right? We are going to make our chatbot talk. And second thing in our project is we are not gonna give the response, like we're going to type it and the AI is going to respond. So for this project mainly we are doing it like that. The upcoming projects we are going to put the listening function to this AI or chatbot, where we need not type the query and the AI will automatically get to know our query and it will respond to that. So first thing you need to install, there's no versions to be changed, you can automatically install that. The next thing what we need is OpenAI. So this is this library package. I need you to come here, click on specific, and what I need you to install is 0.26.1. okay, that is this. I want you to install that. I will not install because it's already installed, and if I click on install, it's going to give me an error because it's already installed, so there's no point of installing again. Once you do that, you'll get installed, so you need not worry. Now the last package we need is which I told you. Now what people will do is, I'll tell you what people will do. They'll do this .env, you'll get this, you'll go and install, and there'll be an error, and you will come to the comment section and you'll tell there's an error. So this is what's going to happen, but you need not do that. What you have to do is you need to come here, python/.env. This is the package what we need, and you need not change any specifications. The same, it is 0.21. You can just come here and check. You can just click on install and you get installed. And if there is any problem, then do let me know, because there should not be any problem with OpenAI and this .env and also the PyTX3 package. But if anything happens, do let me know in the comment section. I will definitely solve your problem. So that's done. All the three packages are done. You can just click on OK. I need not do that. Now the first thing what we need to do is import all the packages, right? So first let's put an import statement right there. So import obviously PyTX3, because we need that thing to, means we need a chatbot to talk. Second thing is from .env import, we're gonna import load.env. So import this, and once that is done, next thing what we're going to do is import OpenAI. Import OpenAI. So these are the three packages what we need for our project. So once you're done with that, you're not good to go. You still need few things to do. So the first thing what you need is API key. So what do we do for the API key, right? So what you need to do is you're going to go to the Chrome. You're going to go type in Google is OpenAI Playground. Okay, I don't want you to type OpenAI and go to the official website. This is also the same website of that, but here's where you want to get the API key. So once you come to this website, OpenAI Playground, this is how it looks like. And I need you to create an account. Once you create an account with your Gmail address, everything is done, everything is set up. You will get this, you can come to account and you'll get view API keys. And once you're done with that, you'll get this prompt and you can either create a new secret key. I already have it, so I will just copy this API key, which I've already kept it in my database. So I have my API key right now. I'm going to paste it. You need not copy this API key because it's completely different. Your account may not accept, means your OpenAI account, this is whichever is your account may not accept my API key. So whichever is yours, you choose that and do it. Fine. Once you're done with that, you can close this file. You need not require that file anymore. You can just close that. The only thing we need is this chatbot py. So now what we are going to do is we are going to assign our voice function, because we need our voice function, right? So we're going to give the voice function right now. So we'll put it as a text right here, voice function, so we'll get to know what exactly we are doing. So first thing what we need to do is v is equal to pytt sx3 dot init, and then we're gonna give the sapify. People who have seen my series before, they'll be able to relate to this, and people who have already done the project, they'll also be able to relate to this. So we're gonna do a variable called as voice. So we're gonna put it at v dot get property, and to get the property we are gonna use the voices right here. Once the voices is done, come back here and we're gonna put current voice, maybe current voice is equal to, we're gonna set the property right here, so it's gonna be v dot set property, right here, and we're gonna set the voices right here, not voices, comma, what voice we need. So I'll put voices brackets, there is the male voice and there's the female voice, so I'll go for the female voice, that is 1. If at all you want something else, you can just choose 0. Here a small mistake, and just did not do that. That is voices, not voice. And yeah, that's done. So voices, and you need to put .id. Fine. Now this is done. The last thing we need to is set the rate, the speed rate what we need. So we're going to put as v.set property. We're going to put rate and then comma, and I will keep it at 150. You can even keep it at 160, 170, however you want the speed. It's totally up to you. This is how much I need, so I'll keep it that much, as much as I want. So now is the API key. We are going to assign the API key right now. So what we are going to do is we are going to put file open a variable is equal to file open variable, and we're going to give open. And now what I need you to do is, where you're given the API key, just a sec. Now get inside this tuple. What I want you to do is right click on this, copy path, and I want you to copy this path. Open the quotes. Once you're done with opening the quotes, Control V, and what I want you to do is put the slashes, because I've explained in my previous videos, whichever I've done, that you will get an error which you don't want that to happen. So just for the safer side, keep this done. So this is done. This is the part of your API key. That's what you're given. What you need to do is put comma and just put an again quote with an R. So this will just give an escape sequence. That's it. Simple. So once you're done with this, what you're going to do is you're going to assign another variable called as API is equal to, that is file open that we have just given, that the path, and we are going to do is read. You're going to read that. That's it. Come outside, and we're going to do is file open dot close. We're going to close it. That's it. That's how we have assigned our API key to, not to our Chat GPT, but just that's the API key. That's the whole key that we needed. Now is the actual programming that starts. We are going to start with our programming right now. So we will put a text. We put a text like that. We're going to put OpenAI. First of all, OpenAI, the package that we are going to use, .api key is equal to, and here is what we're going to do. We're going to give that variable which we had assigned just now, that is this one, right? That is basically file open, the path we have given. So we have given the path. Once that is done, what we're going to do is we are going to use load underscore .env, and what we're going to do is we are going to put completion, completion is equal to OpenAI dot completion. That's it. Once that is done, forgot to tell, there will be a tuple right here, or brackets, however you want to tell it as. Now we are going to define a function. Once we are done with this, assigning the API key and we are going to use the load .env, we are going to use the df function. So we are going to put it as reply bot. Fine. reply bot tuple, and we're gonna give it as question, comma, and chat load, chat underscore log, maybe not chat load, sorry, is equal to null, and we will start coding from here. Okay, so the first thing what we need to do is assign a variable that is file data. Now what is this file data? I'll be explaining you right now. Now one more thing before I move into the point that we're going to talk about file data. I'll be leaving the source code in the description. You guys can get the source code if you feel to just copy the code and then do the thing. But if you want to understand the code and watch the video, maybe you can even copy the code to your editor, but watch the video at the same time, so you'll be able to understand what the code is about, right? That's what is mean, right? So the source code will be in the description. Make sure to first check out the video on how to access the source code. You will be able to get to know what exactly how to get the source code and everything, and then you can copy it and paste it to your editor. So now coming back to the point on file data. Now file data, what we're going to do is you're going to open first of all, but what we're going to open is this data what we did, this new the file what we created. So I want you to copy this path again, same thing, copy that and paste it right here. So the chat data, that's the location that we're giving right here, and again put the slashes everywhere right there. And yeah, last thing again, like previously what we did, comma and quote and R. That's it. That's an escape sequence. So file data we have given. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create the proper chat data, right? Whatever we're going to talk and whatever the AI is going to talk, everything has to be recorded. So what we're going to do is chat data underscore template is equal to, that is the file data what we have given. Fine. There's one more thing what we need to do is we have to read it. Fine. Once that is done, we can come outside and we can again put file data dot close. Obviously we need to close it. We don't want it to continuously read, right? And once this is done, we're going to give the if function, if chat log or chat log that we had given here is equal to or is null, not is null, is none. Then what we are going to do is chat data template or chat log is equal to chat data template. Fine. Once you're done with that, you can come right here outside and we can put it as prompt, this new variable that we're giving. I'll just come down right here. Yeah. So prompt is a new variable that we're giving is equal to what we're going to do is first of all f that we usually put, and the quote, and what we're going to do is flower brackets. We're going to put chat log right here, come outside, and here I want you to put it as you. Just copy what I'm trying to put right here. At the 2 dots, again question, the question what we're going to give, question, and then again come outside, give the slash right here, n, and then now this is how totally up to you. I am going to keep it as Veronica right here. If you want, you can use Alexa, like you can put Alexa right here, or else if you want Jarvis, you can put Jarvis. Totally up to you, or whatever name you want to give it to your virtual assistant, it's totally up to you. So I've given Veronica. Now what's the use of this? I'll be telling you, I'll be showing you once I run the file. You'll be able to get to know why we did this exactly, right? So this is what is main right here, and then you can come out. There's no need of anything right now. Once you're done with that, the main part of the video, this is the main part, so I want you to look into this part very carefully and just copy what I do. Okay, just copy what I do. So first thing is a response. So we are going to create a variable called response. Now what are we doing right here? Let me explain. So there is something in Chat GPT, that is, if you come here to come to playground, and let it load for a while, it's taking a little time. Yeah, so these things are little important right here. These frequency, top P, then best of, all of these. We're gonna set this according to our system, right? So to do that, we are doing this. So you'll be able to know what I'm doing right now. So first of all, response, that is completion. Once that is done, create, and we are going to give the model. Now this is where it starts from. So copy what I do. Model is equal to the quotes text slash Dan or DAVINCI, fine, and then 002. Now what is this? If you come to ChatGPT, you'll be able to get to know, or this playground right here. Exactly, this is the one. This is the one what I'm talking right now. So it's the same thing. You'll be able to, you can compare it. Once you're done with the code, you can just compare it and you'll be able to get to know. So once this is done, we are going to come out, put a comma, and then we are going to put again prompt right here. We are going to again assign another variable, that is prompt is equal to prompt, and once that is done, comma, once that is done, temperature, we're going to give another variable, that is temperature. This is according to the ChatGPT, is equal to, we're going to give it around 0.5, comma, and then temperature is done. Max underscore token is equal to 60. Fine, just copy what I'm trying to do, just the same thing. Just one more thing, it's not token, it's tokens, forgot to mention that. And temperature is correct, everything is correct. Yep, fine, because even just one mistake, we will won't run the, we'll be able, like the program won't be able to run. So comma, and then we're given the max token, then the top underscore P is equal to 0.3, fine, and then comma right here. That is, next is frequency underscore penalty is equal to, frequency underscore penalty is equal to around 0.5 again, 0.5, comma, last thing, that is presence underscore penalty is equal to 0. Fine. So let me just check if I've written the correct model. That is correct. Model is equal to, yeah, that's fine. Respond, that is also fine. And this is also fine. Then this is done. Prompt, exactly. Temperature, fine. Max tokens is 60, fine. And then top P is equal to 0.3. Then frequency penalty is 0.5, comma, then presence penalty, yeah, fine. It's fine, just check. I request you guys to also check once before you are done with it, because even one mistake will totally ruin your whole program. So next thing what we're going to do is we're going to assign another variable called as answer. So this is basically our chat GPT is going to respond, right? So we're going to give response dot choice, where is it? Just a sec. Yeah, choices, sorry, brackets is equal to 0 dot txt or text, and then we're gonna give it as text dot strip. Yep, and then the tuple. That's it. So answer is given right here. Now we're gonna assign the chat data. So what we're going to do is chat data or chat underscore data template. We're gonna update it. Fine. Update is equal to chat data template plus again the f string. What we're gonna do right now, f and slash n. Now I again want you to put it as u, and then whatever question that we give to the to the chatbot, right? So question, and then we're gonna come out of this slash n, and then whatever name of the virtual assistant or chatbot you want to give. So I'm given my Veronica right there, and here I'm gonna put it as answer because we have already assigned it right here. Answer, you're gonna put it right there. So that's done right here. That's properly done. Now what I will do is I will put file data again. File data is equal to open, and now again the same file that I'd given right here. I'm gonna copy this whole text itself. I don't want it to, you can just copy the same text, copy that right there and paste it right here. That's it. But before you do that, put it at W because we are closing it. So file data is done. Now again file data, we need to again bring it back. We're gonna put write function. As once that is done, we're gonna put chat template update. So it's going to update it, and then file data dot close. So we almost come to the end of the program. A little more, that is the last thing is return answer. We need this, yeah. So last thing we need to do is few things right here. We need to do stuff and then it's done. So first thing what you're going to do is called as take input. Take input is equal to input, and we're gonna put it as enter. Fine. Now what is this take input and all things? So this is actually an input function that the chatbot is going to ask us. So it's going to tell us to type whatever questions we need. Before we do that, just remember to put it in the while loop because we want it to continuously ask the question. And I'll just tab this. Let me tab this thing. Yep. So while loop, it's in the while loop. We're going to give as reply is equal to, we're going to give reply bot, and we're going to give take input right here. That's the question. Once that is done, we're going to put the v.say, that is our say function. We had programmed it right here. So v.say reply. Once that is done, we're going to print our reply function also. But before that, I want you to do is v.run and wait. And then we're going to put, we're going to print, that is print reply to. Fine. So if you see, our program is done. This is the whole code of our chatbot. Anyways, I will leave the whole source code in the description. Now if you have to run this file and explain what will be happening, I need to remove the mic which I have put right now. So I'll do that and you will be able to know what exactly I'm trying to do. So right now I've removed the mic, and what I'll be doing is I'll be running the program. And if the voice is too high, sorry for that, because I've removed the mic as I told you, as I mentioned before. This is because I need you to listen to the chatbot which is going to be responding right now. So I want you to know that. So that's the reason. So right now I'll run this program and let's see how it goes. So run chatbot, and I'll be explaining you what exactly will be happening. So let's wait and see. So give me the enter option right here. So what I'll do is, first question I'm going to ask is, how are you? And a question mark.
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How about you?
As you can see, it just asked me, it's just told me that I'm doing good, and it's also asked me what about me. So I'll tell I am also doing good, and yeah,
that's great to hear.
So it's a random question that I'm asking, and it could be like WhatsApp and exclamation.
Not much. What's up with you?
So random response, guys. And then what are you doing?
I'm talking to you.
There you go. Now let's ask what is your name? And according to this program, what I've given, it's Veronica right here. Wait just a sec. Oh yeah, Veronica right here. So let's see. Enter.
My name is Veronica.
There you go. And now let me explain what exactly happened. Now to get to know that this is Veronica, if I go to the chat, you can see your chat has got recorded. Now this is the previous chat, so I cannot remove it. It was just to test the program. Now this is what I asked, right? Like, great to hear that. Oh, how are you doing? How are you? I'm doing well. Then that's great. And then this is the whole history. And if you see, Veronica right here is always there. And that's why ChatGPT got to know that this is the data, and they learned from the data and it gave the response. And it's just the random choosing. And if you see, in my previous virtual assistant also, like, let me do one thing. I will just Control A and I will remove this. Like, if you think that you've already assigned and stuff, I'll remove that. I've removed it completely. And now what I will do is I will stop the program and again rerun the program. Don't worry about the error statement. There's nothing like that. It just pops up. There might be a fluctuation somewhere there in the packages, so you need not worry about that. So again, I'll put it as how are you, and you can see right now.
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How about you?
So see, it's the same thing. And now if you to tell what is your name. Now remember, I removed the chat history, so let's see.
My name is Veronica.
There you go. So ChatGPT has learnt its data, the machine learning has learnt its data, and it has improvised itself. And if you see, it gets again recorded right here. Now this is exactly how a machine learning works. Like, the data given learns from the data and gives a better response. Now this was all about how are you, and let's ask a random question like, what is Python? Fine, this is a random question.
Python is a programming language.
There you go. Now if you remember, in my previous videos on virtual assistant, I had to manually write the answers, response, and I had to manually put the questions. But if I give a random question right now, the AI is able to respond, and it's going to respond whatever it is required to, right? That is what is made. And I need not put that respond or query that is required. It is taking itself. That's the help of ChatGPT. So now if I ask another random question, that who is Tony Stark? Who is Tony Stark?
Tony Stark is a character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And now if I ask who is Iron Man?
Iron Man is a character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
There you go. So if you see, the data was not there, but it was able to collect it from ChatGPT, from the internet. It was able to collect it, and it was able to tell any question. It's going to tell you what it is. So if I tell what is email marketing?
Email marketing is a form of direct marketing that uses electronic mail as a means of communicating commercial or fundraising messages to an audience.
So you see, it is taken from the internet. It is taken totally from the internet and it is telling you the response. So isn't this crazy that ChatGPT is able to access what the data you've given, like the data that is getting recorded, and then from the internet, and then it's giving you the response where you need not put whatever response you need, whatever query you need. You can ask a random question like, oh, I'm not able to think about any other questions, like what is gaming? Maybe it's a random question.
Gaming is the playing of electronic games. often on consoles or computers.
So you see, it's a random question and it's going to respond to you. So this was how we did it with the Chat GPT. The next videos or the further videos, whatever we do, I'll be bringing the listening function where you can integrate the listening function and the AI is going to listen to you. So here what's happening is every time it's going to ask you the enter statement, you need to type everything and then it's going to reply. But in the listening function, it's going to listen to whatever you want, the query, and it's going to respond to you. So this was for today's video. I hope you liked today's video on ChatGPT and about the chatbot, what we did. Stay tuned for the project that I'm going to bring on Jarvis, and save this project, save this chatbot project somewhere in your system or wherever it's possible, because we need this project, we need this thing for the videos what we do on Jarvis. So stay tuned for that. If you like today's video, make sure to like it, subscribe the channel if you consider subscribing. If you already subscribed, thank you so much. And if you want to share it to your friends, and if they also want to make something like this chatbot with ChatGPT, they can also do that. And one more thing before exiting the video, before moving to the next video in your YouTube, or if you want to start watching, or if you watch something else, make sure to check out the description, because I'll be leaving all the source code or the video links of the deep learning. If you want to know how exactly this deep learning everything works, all the things, the playlist, all the links, everything, I'll be leaving it in the description. Even if you want to study material on how this ChatGPT works, I'll be leaving it in the description, so make sure to check it out. So that's it for today's video, guys. This is Vignesh signing off for today. Peace out, guys. Bye.